happy that
recording started.
yeah, man.
I think they'll be okay without him. Don't get me wrong; it's a great addition because he knows the team already in it. But I think what's going on over there at Palace right now, I think you lot. Yeah,
no, it'd be a great signing, but just now I don't know where he fits the team. Now Decore's come in, I don't know where Connor would obviously fit the team. So that
Conor
would be
Gallagher.
I don't see where he fits our team now. And I never thought I would say that, but Decore has kind of come in and kind of just taken that spot that I thought we'd be missing, but Decore kind of literally pieces that kind of bridge between. Obviously it's only 3 games in, and I think this was the first game he's played the full 90 minutes. So I think he's kind of bedded in properly now. So like I say, going forward now, I think it will be nice to see that. But yeah, it's a weird one because I know we're still looking at the possibility of bringing him in. I'm not going to be mad if we bring him in. The issue
because I saw that as well, actually.
I heard something that he might come to he might go to Newcastle.
Season-long loan, that's what I was just about to mention.
Yeah,
because I know we're looking at it. West Ham are looking at it.
But why would West Ham look at it if they've got Declan Rice?
I don't know. I just thought that as a report earlier that they're looking as well.
I think they're looking to play him potentially in the number 10 position. Who plays in the number 10 for West Ham? Usually it's who is usually number 10? That's a great question. Because I know
ain't it Benrahma? Oh no, wait, no, that's fucking sorry. That's Aston Villa.
No, Benrahma is at West Ham. Buendia's Aston Villa.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean,
it makes sense for West Ham to have him in the 10th position. It makes sense, and they played in Europe as well. I think they played in the Conference League. I think it's a good place to go to West Ham. He's in London, great place. Do you know what? I think that would be a good shout. Newcastle, I think will be a great place for him to go to as well. But overall,
Joe Linton does his job very well for Newcastle. So I think unless you have a feeling Newcastle might be enough to keep on to Joe Linton,
I don't know if
possibilities. Yeah. I mean, squad depth's always good, isn't it?
Is West Ham's a bid or is theirs a loan?
Loan. Well, for me, I think we should only accept the loan offer from the Premier League club, or even I don't mind.
They just signed Emerson
going elsewhere.
Well,
yeah, that was.
Didn't they just sign Emerson from you?
Todd Bowley, you're a G, bro. Yeah.
What's that? Sorry, I missed that.
No, Emerson. They just signed Emerson from Thingy as well.
For £15 million.
Nah. You're happy. I know you're. Yeah, look at him. Bruv. Reveling in success.
No.
Lucky even got that for him, bruv.
That's he's dead.
No, we'll let OTC because he's on a happy thing. We'll let him discuss Chelsea first because he's a bit happier at the moment, and then we'll do Man United and we'll finish on Palace.
Bro, all I'm saying is, Leeds, poor game, absolute woeful performance. I think when you pinpoint the root problems of what happened against the Leeds, the two main problems was the lackluster performance from everybody's individual enthusiasm. Leeds ran 10k more than us. Put it that way. They ran 10k more than us. Number one,
surprised me the distance covered by them.
They were on us. But I think a second part of the problem is the midfield. I think the midfield with Jorginho and Gallagher doesn't work. Believe it or not, that's the same midfield that we lost to Arsenal pre-season 4-0 to.
You know what surprised me with that? Connor wasn't necessarily down the middle. There was a lot of times I saw him out on the wing. Like I know we.
Yeah, I don't think Connor's a wing player. That's not his forte. I think he's a get stuck in central kind of player.
And you could see he was kind of his depths because who was ahead of him? There was at one point he was with Cucurella, and then I want to say was it
Sterling
Mount at Mount as well at one point. I don't think he was necessarily playing on that wing, but it looked kind of out of place. And then there was a bit. I want to say it was first half, and I
Mm.
think Jorginho played the ball to him, and I think he tried, and then I think he kind of went to pass it kind of back, and then he put him in trouble. But I think it was one of those ones where I don't think there was no space awareness. There wasn't no real checking to see if man was surrounded. In the middle, it looked like a lot of blind passing was going on, and I think for me, it kind of took away Connor's thing because it's like he likes to play with the ball going in front of him so he can kind of run on, and
Mm.
he just didn't. He just seemed so out of like position in a sense. Even though he at times he was in his position, at times he just seemed like he was in a bit too over his head. It didn't seem like no clear tactical indication of what they was meant to be doing.
Oh, do you know what? I think he was just thrown into the deep end. He looked lack of confidence. He looked just his confidence was to the floor. He didn't look good in that game. He wasn't the worst player. Like Dad says it. Dad said it as well. He wasn't the worst player on the pitch, but he's the one where I'll go to criticize more because I expect more from him. I don't expect more from Jorginho, who's slow and always gets always been catched out as well. I
Quick
think
question, OTC. Yeah, what do you actually? How do you rate Jorginho as a signing overall?
overall, what his time at Chelsea, I'd
Yeah.
say it was I'd say it's been a good signing for Chelsea since he came in. I think we won the Europa League, we won the Champions League.
Champions
I
League.
think we may have won the FA. No, I know. Yeah, we won the league with him. We're sorry.
I'll say he won the league.
Um, and I think we
Did you
may have won the FA Cup as well whilst we were with Jorginho.
let me check it now?
He was instrumental in helping us win the Champions League. I know. Okay, this is how it works. Jorginho works best when he's got an N'Golo Kante with him. Perfect. Like
Mm.
this guy would be well done. And we plays for Italy. He's got Liberati. He's got runners all around him. So that's perfect as well. And he's got three at the back system suited. But when he's got
So
players running right at him, he's all over the place. And I think when you got Rodrigo from Leeds, who's like on form, like extremely on form, and he's running at you, and these men are like pushing you, and you got you're at Ellen Road. It was in his depth. It was beyond his depth. So I think that
So with
Jorginho,
Chelsea, quick one. He's won the Champions League, Europa League, the UEFA Super Cup, the Club World Cup, runner up in the FA Cup 3 times,
yeah,
and then runner up in the League Cup twice. No league. I thought he did win the league. I thought he'd been there long enough.
I think
Oh,
he
he just missed out. I swear.
Might
He
have been
came the year
might have come this
after
season.
Conte won it, innit?
Yeah, I think he
um
come the season after.
after yeah, I think he came the. Okay. I
Yeah.
mean that's fair enough.
But you know, it's even then with a Europa and a Champions League, yeah, that's still a decent resume. But you know what's mad? Even though you say that, I feel like I don't think there was much hype put on him signing, apart from the fact that City also wanted him as well. But I don't think he's really lit the Premier League like that.
Oh, he has to lift the Premier League. I could agree. He's not been like world class in the Premier League,
He's
but
shown
he's one of the. Yeah, he showed glimpses. He's one of those players. Like if you think about it, Michael Carrick was in a very similar circumstance.
What?
I've never seen a season where Michael Carrick where
I beg your
you
pardon?
thought no, like in terms of being undervalued in the wide scheme of things. Like when you've got people like Van Persie, Wayne Rooney, and all these other players in the Premier League. I
Oh,
think
by the
people
way,
like
guys,
Michael
yeah,
Carrick
if
gets overlooked.
by the way, guys, I've got how we're missing G. Yeah, I've got an Arsenal point of view
Simon.
here. By the way,
That means you got Simon.
that's exactly who I've got.
All right, say no more.
Sorry, but
I
go
mean,
on, bro.
yeah, in terms of okay, so but in terms of Jorginho, I think he's had a great spell at Chelsea. I think that but personally, I think it's time for him to go now. He's had an amazing career, but I think what we need at this
You
moment in
did
time,
say that originally, though, innit? When we was doing the season prediction,
yeah,
and you were saying that
a
'cause you were
lot of our
saying him and because you said you didn't see Kante really starting like that neither.
Am I
No.
wrong
You
in
know what
saying
it is?
ain't he come close to leaving before
Who?
Jorginho?
this season, yes. he may have wanted to leave under Frank Lampard as well, but I think when Tuchel came in, because a
Yeah,
few
because
players
Frank
were
weren't
giving.
playing him like that, was he?
Yeah, but there was dressing room unrest, and he
Yeah.
was amongst them. There was a lot of shenanigans that happened behind closed doors. You had our players going to like the board of directors saying that Frank Lampard's not good enough. Like it was a bit of a madness, and he was one of the people with Rudiger, a couple of other men, Alonso, but Alonso's a prick anyway, so don't really matter. But in terms of our players, I think that a lot of the players that I was gunning for, I said, you know what, this guy's got to go, have already left.
Mm.
Emerson, Malang Saar, I think he's gone or he's going out the door anyway. Lukaku number one is out the door straight away. Mia Tuchel is agreed on that one. Um,
£100 million Timberlands.
That one was kind of a hard one to keep though. After that interview we did in November, that would have been a bit wild to kind of keep him around. You
No, but
couldn't.
you know what? Yeah, if he come back and actually put himself to actually trying something, he might have, like all of the things are in the past for a reason, kind of thing, innit? But
yeah,
it's the fact that I don't think he even really tried hard. I think how many did he score after that interview? Not much, did he? Like
Oh,
maybe
we
4 or
broke it
5
down.
maybe
goals.
less than that, I think.
It was less than that
See,
because we
I'm
broke it down
trying to be
to basically
respectful.
what his Chelsea return rate was on appearances and goals, and it wasn't the greatest looking stat, if we was being honest.
Yeah,
So
it's his fault though.
so obviously Mendy made the mistake in the game. Would you consider dropping him now and giving
Yes,
Kepa the games?
yes, 100%. Well, do you know what? It's tough because Mendy made that similar error in preseason as well. So I'm looking at a totality. I will give Mendy maybe one more chance and then I'll drop him. One more chance and I'll drop him
Do you
because
think he's
against
comfortable trying to play out from the back though?
nope, I do not think it's comfortable trying to play it. But I
Because
think the
I
way
look at
we
it,
play, we can get away with it. We can get
you
away
know,
with
because
it
I look
because
at it, yeah, and I look at Man United when they do it. They can't do it with De Gea, but Henderson was okay to do it. It's like I
mm,
look at Palace with Guaita, we can do it. I didn't watch the game yesterday when Sam
I think
Johnson.
Guaita's an underrated goalkeeper, you know.
No, he was.
I
He
agree.
is. But I'm in terms of like playing out from the back though. Not every keeper can do it. So I know Guaita we can. Like I said, I didn't watch the game yesterday with Sam Johnson in goal, and I know we probably would have tried to do the play out the back thing. We looked poor when we did it with Jack Butler and playing out from the back.
Mm.
Even when we
No, but
did
I
it,
think no. I think though, because Jack Butler's just rubbed. Like he
he's
was
not a
one of
rub
those
goalkeeper.
goalkeepers that
You know
didn't
it
get.
is.
Remember, no wait, but remember, it was him and wasn't he like meant to be the person before Pickford, or wasn't he meant to be playing out his last England days now?
Yeah, he was supposed to be.
Yeah, but
I think at one
he
stage he
stayed
was
at
ahead of
Stoke, innit?
Pickford.
He was at Stoke, innit? And then obviously when they got relegated, and then I think what didn't help was he was dropped to the bench and put as a number two. Now I don't know if there was different reasoning behind why us dropping him to number two. Could have been like there's obligations in the contract because, like I say, I don't think
Well,
he's
no,
that
because he
bad.
was a well sought after goalkeeper. I think most top
Yeah,
teams
and they
was like trying
wasn't
to poach
budging.
him. You get me?
Yeah, but Stoke weren't budging on the price that they wanted for him, so that caused a lot of issues. So we got him last year for cheap because I think he was into the last year of his contract. But like I say, he played
Mm.
all
What
our cup
Stoke?
games. Yeah, he was still
All
at
them
Stoke up
years.
until last season. That's what I'm saying. So he was stuck at Stoke. So I don't know if
Oh
there was like
wow.
obligations in his contract as to if he played a certain games, would they then have to pay a certain fee? So I don't
That
know
is
the
the
ins and outs.
football equivalent, yeah, of putting your baby father on CSA, bro.
Yeah, so he was either way he was there. He come to us last season. He had good games for us last season. He was our keeper throughout the whole FA Cup run. Like I say, he had playing out from the back weren't his strong point.
That's a bad analogy.
It is a
Nah,
mad
it is,
analogy.
bro, because they're just holding him to ransom with it, bro. Like
But
it's
it's
just
like
crazy.
it's similar to what I said
Now
in the
I
group
can
chat earlier.
understand it though, because like when they were getting relegated, he was their number one in it. Like that was their hope of staying up. You get me? And
Yeah,
that's
but
just
it's
their
like
baby mum
Barcelona at the
saying,
moment,
"You're
isn't
not
it?
moving on, bro.
Yeah,
This
Barcelona
paper
trying to
says
do
you
that now
can't move
with
on."
Atletico Madrid. because
Mm.
Atletico ain't starting Griezmann in it, so they're looking to potentially lodge a complaint against Atletico because they're just benching
The
Griezmann.
hypocrisy, because I'm pretty sure you've got players in your own team looking to lodge complaints against you.
Dude, I think if he starts half their games, 50% of their games, I think they're entitled to. I think it was 30 million euros. I see.
Yeah, I think I read the same thing
So
earlier.
if you've got that kind of thing sitting there and they're just benching him and then subbing him on, you would complain because you know damn well he should be starting, but you're finding a way to wriggle out of that loophole.
It works
And let's
both
put
ways,
Yeah,
to
the
be
but
fair.
that's what I'm saying.
what if this is a long game out of Barca?
It
Barca
could be.
coach, I don't know what to do, but it works the other way. A lot of teams they got like obligations to start or how many appearances the players got, and they put him on the last 60 seconds and say, "Here you go, that's your appearance." So
Yeah,
in terms
it's
of
it's,
it
it's a silly
happens all the
thing. But let's
time.
get back to Chelsea.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
On
so I got
Chelsea,
to say. So, OT, who do you think you need in summer to even keep Champions League? First of the is it 1st of September?
Yeah, first
yeah.
September.
When that window shuts, who does Chelsea need to have signed for you, man, to actually make sure Champions League is still a conversation come April next year? Or maybe let's say Christmas. April's a bit too far. Let's say Christmas to have that as a conversation. The little World Cup break.
So
Okay,
from no, but
I
go on, answer that question. I got a question for you.
okay. In terms of who we need, and I've said it from the get go. De Jong will be perfect in our midfield, solid. Ideally, Casemiro would have been good in our midfield, but also mainly we need a finisher. Ronaldo, CR7 was my number one target
Oh,
in the
so
summer.
he's just talking about a bag of Man United players now, bro.
Say, bro,
No,
is
but
what it
you
is.
know, he's always maintained that one, so you can't even brush him because he has
Nah, do you
always
know
said.
what? I know what he's kept thorough with the CR7 thing. I'm not even gonna hold him to that one. So keep going,
We
bro.
need
Sorry
him.
to interrupt.
When you watch our play, bro, all we need is a person to hit the
I'm
ball at
like
the back of the
Jesus.
net.
Do you know the irony, OTC? Do you
Mm,
know the irony, OTC? I
mm.
said the exact same thing about Manchester United when we signed Ronaldo last season. All those positions, Martial, Alanga, Rashford, all the other wingers we had coming in off wide, getting in, and there's no goal scorers there. But as
Mm.
soon as Ronaldo come in, a guy that's there, just didn't happen, bro. Like it just didn't go to plan.
Mm.
So
But
I wouldn't personally put my whole hopes on that because boy, my heart was where you've
yeah,
been boying me since January, bro. That's where that got me.
So my
but if you
question
ask,
was,
yeah,
I was gonna say, out of the starting lineup on
yeah.
played Sunday, which player would you say? How do I put? Like out of the starting 11, which of those players would you say guaranteed like to help keep a good balance in the squad for one, and two, who, if any, like who would you like to see just like dropped like completely or potentially moved on out of the starting lineup?
Okay, great question. I've got the lineup here. Let me just get the lineup. So Mendy, I'll give him one more chance because he's only been in the Premier League this season. He's only made one big mistake against Spurs and against Everton. He was fairly decent, so I'm not going to hold him really to it.
I said
James,
on
Thiago
Ashanti
Silva,
thing, one more chance.
one more chance. Come on, James, Thiago Silva, Koulibaly. Koulibaly's already wait, Koulibaly is red carded, so it is what it is. Thiago Silva, James have been good. Loftus Cheek has been fairly good. Mount has been. I need to Mount
Quick
to
one
step up,
on the
but
Thiago Silva one, yeah, quickly, yeah. Do you not feel at a part of that game in the game he aged a bit? Like it looked like he had aged in terms of like his pace and everything.
yeah, but it will be
Oh,
so.
brilliantly.
But that's when you that's when the spotlight is on him. All of Leeds are running right at him. So if all of Leeds are running 10k more than you and they're running right at you, that's how it's gonna look. I don't think that's the case. Thiago Silva is the person that being in the right positions, takes the pass, simple, like distributes it effectively. I would still keep him in the squad because really we ain't got nobody else.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I thought Thiago Silva was rubbed, when he come to Chelsea, but he just he amazed me. He amazed
Yeah,
me.
yeah,
Props to you. That was a smart signing. Still,
yeah.
So then we
I
got to
would
the
say
midfield.
midfield. Mount. I'll give Mount again. I'll give him one or two more chances. Jorginho's got to be dropped now. I think
you
Jorginho
gotta
after
give him
that.
one or two more chances. Otherwise, Dan's gonna be at your neck, bro.
No, but
Yeah,
he
you have to
wasn't.
kind of die on that Mount Hill.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
don't want to die on that Mount Hill, bro.
Mount, I'm getting, you know what? Mount can stay, but Jorginho for me has got to be dropped now. I think this is enough now because I'd rather, you know what? I would have Loftus Cheek back into the midfield and substitute him for Jorginho. I have James. Well, we're missing centre back because of Koulibaly, so this is where a problem begins. Who are we going to play? Because Koulibaly is now it's all over the place. But Jorginho got to be dropped now for me, in my honest opinion, and maybe Havertz. Maybe
What going for
Havertz.
Chalobah?
He's going on loan, ain't he?
Luis,
Oh no, wait,
look,
No, Trevor.
not.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
wait.
Gondula. No, you can't send him out, bro.
He's a good player. I want him to stay, but I think it's a catch-22. I think he'll develop significantly if he goes out alone. And if we bring in a player in
Was he a
between,
part of the Champions League winning
He's
team?
yeah.
Where else
in the
does he
squad,
develop?
in the squad, but not
Did he
in the actual
play?
team.
Oh no, he didn't. He did.
He
He got a
barely
Super
played.
Cup. That's why.
Fair
Quick
enough.
Oh,
question.
You know, it is. I feel like
Dude.
if you've been into an integral part of the squad, yeah, I feel like where does alone get you? Because I don't think he's actually had no bad performances. He's young, innit? Like he makes the expected mistakes of him, if you ask me. And I think other than that, he's been actually quite good.
Okay, so he's a defender. Why don't you not give Ampadu a chance?
Yeah.
Ampadu's not ready either. A lot of these players are quality players, but
Bro,
they're not ready. When you watch them play, you kind of realize that if
I
we
don't
wanted to
even know
compete
how
for the
many
league,
FIFAs has been since I've seen Ampadu on Chelsea, bro. But it's been a lot.
He's not been there for
no,
4 seasons. This will be his 4th season going out alone
we got
in a
about
row.
4 players. We got 4 key players going out alone. Ampadu, Gallagher, maybe Hudson-Odoi, and Levi Colwell, which I'm looking forward to seeing them on their
He's out.
return.
He's at Brighton now, isn't he? He come on the other
Yeah,
day and
Who?
um
Levi
Levi.
Colwell. But Hudson-Odoi is one I'm very excited about. I think he should definitely go out alone. He's had ample opportunity at Chelsea to perform, but he hasn't taken ownership of that specific spot, similar to like a Rashford or a Sterling or who like a lot of these other players, a Saka, Bukayo Saka, very similar circumstance. When he got a chance, he didn't really nail that position. You know, he's been inconsistent, and he's like, you know what? You've been here for like 5 seasons now, 4 or 5 seasons. He broke for when he was about 17. He's now
You lot think-
21 years age.
You lot got a Leicester, so that should be interesting in
Yeah.
terms of
Oh
fixture.
yeah, I was in Leicester yesterday, Ibrahim. I told Wesley, bro, it's full of racists. You don't wanna come down, bro.
What, Leicester?
Yeah, bro. I told him,
I
don't wanna come, bro.
I swear Leicester's a cool place.
Huh?
No, he's saying
I-
Chelsea's racist. That's what he's telling you. Chelsea's racist.
Bro, some of our fans can be, but there's I would say a large portion of our fans aren't.
Yeah,
It's
that
that
anyway,
old.
but-
You lot
It's
get
them.
Wesley
It's them old school
Fofana.
fans. Yeah,
If you get
Yeah,
Wesley
yeah,
Fofana,
okay.
I'll be hurt, bro.
Aubameyang as well. We're looking to get him as well. De Jong is a bit all over the place. Gordon, I'm not too sure of, but I kind of trust. I trust Tuchel, so I trust his judgment.
If you can get him for 40 million, it's a good signing.
Anything in a Chelsea shirt, he's optimistic of, bro.
No, but
No, say
because
Gordon, 40 million, and it's a decent signing. Like I've seen enough
Yeah.
of him to say, in the right team, I reckon you'll see some decent thing. Oh, Lee's trying to get Chang. That's quite interesting.
it's something about him, but we need to perform better this week. Last week, Tuchel's got to get these players running in training. I'm not
do
having
what Ten Hag did, innit? Ten Hag joined them
do
on the pitch, ran 8.5 miles.
yeah, I'll give a pinch of salt because I personally believe that Leeds might do a bag of stuff this season. I think they may have a great start to the season. Well, they already have, but I think they're going to have like an Everton-esque type of a start with Carlo Ancelotti. Do you understand? But we need to perform better this week, 100%. And Jorginho has got to be dropped. But I don't care who, he's got to get dropped. If you have to change formation, is what is.
Do you think a change in formation would actually help though, and actually benefit the team?
Nope.
Because looking at
Nope.
your formation, it's showing you that are playing. Wait 1 second. A 3-4-1-2.
It's a
It
free.
looks pants. I'm just going by the
Man
formation.
like G Chain.
Large up, man. Large up. What you saying, boys?
Well,
We're just dissecting Chelsea.
I love the smoking OTC, bruv.
Get your
We
kicks
out
in
here,
because
baby.
I'm telling you, all I'm saying is, this is your one chance to get your kicks
Hey,
in.
bro, you know when OTC's got you upset and off Twitter for months, not even engaging, you know you gotta get it back in blood, bro.
Oh, bruv. That man,
Really
you
good.
man got touched, bruv. 3-0. You man got touched, bruv. Up in Sheffield or wherever the fuck it is, rude boy. Up in
Well,
Yorkshire,
Leeds should be in
bruv.
jail with R. Kelly right now, bro.
Violated. Chelsea got violated, blood.
Different
Honestly.
settings.
3-0, bruv. Come on, man.
You not didn't
Like,
expect
I
that
didn't
as
even want to
well.
have
I
to
don't
put
think anyone
Oz and
predicted it.
OTC in this Rizzler this weekend, but it had
No,
to be
we all
done.
predicted
It had
Chelsea
to be.
wins.
All of us predicted Chelsea wins, and I
Yeah.
To be fair,
What
it
did
looked like it
OTC
should have been a
predict like a
formality.
4-0 with confidence or 3-0 with
4-1. I think
confidence?
4-1. I think we beat them last season
4-1,
4-1.
yeah. Like I saw it.
I'll
and
tell
I was
you
like,
exactly what he predicted.
Yeah,
He
we beat them last
predicted-
season 4-1. So
I know Arsenal, we beat them 4-1 as
predicted
well.
4-1.
I remember we spun them as
But
well.
then
They
he
were
also
shit
did
last year.
predict.
I mean, to be fair, we did beat them 5-2 last season, didn't it?
One
Yeah.
second. He also
Everyone slapped
predicted Liverpool 5-1, and then the week before he predicted Liverpool 7-1. So he's got a thing for ridiculous scorelines.
Oh, what did he put 5-1 on Liverpool for, man?
Yeah.
Oh, no, then I've definitely got to put you at 5 blunts, bro. That's crazy.
OTC's got Angel Fernandez in the corner, blood, giving him the advice.
Serious,
You're winning.
bro.
You're winning, bruv. You're winning.
Got boxer size bed as
bro.
well. I got boxer size bed on speed now. No,
Yeah, no.
mate,
It's mad.
I think I've done alright on the predictions this week. I think I got like a good
You
few of them right.
Literally, topic of discussion earlier
got
was
two
you had
correct.
most of them.
Yeah.
But then I'm not gonna lie. I think for the last, you didn't give one for the Man United Liverpool game in the chat, so I didn't put one down for you. But up to the Chelsea game, none of us got anything correct. We predicted correct. No, we didn't get nothing correct. What am I talking about? I think we all
not even
pretty much
Arsenal.
backed
I
either
swear I got
West
Arsenal,
Ham.
right?
Yeah, that was the last game people got like results correct, like the result that Arsenal would win.
You know,
He
it is,
got that
I can't.
correct. He predicted
I can't
result.
give confident predictions, until like 5-10 games in the season, because that's when for me I kind of get an idea of where a team's gonna go. You get me? Some man's got the eye and see certain things before in it, but I like to see 5-10 games and like just where the mentality of the players in, like because like the third of a way through the season, like it's like a little
all the new signings got a bed in and all them things there, bruv. You know what I mean?
yeah.
So,
do you know what I'm saying?
yeah. No,
Yeah, like you
it
said,
becomes
we
easier
back
to predict.
score prediction
As the season goes on.
But the interesting thing I found out the other day, though, well, not found out. Do you know how managers will be getting sacked at some point? Expect around the World Cup when that starts for managers to get sacked, because whoever you bring in will pretty much have a month to get used to the team that they're coming in for. Not like usual where you get like a few days. I was sitting there, I think Dan sent me something earlier, and I think it was with like a bungalow talking about Steven Gerrard. And I deeped and I was thinking, right, like come November, when the World Cup actually starts, you might actually see some managers lose their job, because in that time, any manager you bring in will effectively have like a preseason with the squad, so they can then come like January, they know what they need to replace.
Yeah.
But that depends on the team and the nation, though, because if it's someone like Wolves and fucking Portuguese managers, then that's technically one squad in one team right there. Like you'd have to have like a real fluke bunch of players for one team kind of thing, like a Barca, Madrid, Spain thing.
Yeah, but I think coming in at that time allows you more chance to get used to the squad you have with a
Work with the
transfer.
players, yeah.
Whereas normally you get like a few days. That's why the new manager bounce happens because you get a few days, everyone's happy. But if you're coming in effectively getting a pre-season in the
Nah,
middle of the
bruv,
season,
don't agree. Don't agree because I witnessed Ralph Rangnick come in and we had a new manager
yes, but
bounce for all of 37 minutes.
You lot were too far gone. You were too
yeah,
far
that,
gone.
that team was too much of a mess. But because they're on happier notes, we'll do Man United next because obviously this is a happy time for you, and obviously for the last few weeks, Dan's been holding corn.
Nah, listen, I'm
You
not
know
gonna
when I
lie.
know
I'm
when
not.
United win, when my Twitter mentions are going off the chart, blood, because Dan is just like
GJ, talk to me.
peppering a
This is
whole.
what I'm saying.
When I
Bro,
look at
you
my
would have thought they won
phone,
the World Cup. You would have thought they won the Champions League, fam.
when I
I
look at
Easy.
my
nah,
phone, I had
nah. You gotta allow
38
Dan,
Twitter
man. Dan's been. I
notifications.
listen. I've left
Fans
Dan lurching,
consistent.
rude boy. Dan's been fighting you, man, on his ones, bro. I've just been chilling, like, bro. You got
Uh,
die on this hill on your own. I got off the bus ages ago, bro.
You let him hold the
oh
fort.
my god, he's been
Nah,
going for your neck
he's a
today,
trooper. I
OTC.
can't lie.
Dan has
Gotta
been
love
on your
Dan,
neck,
man.
rude boy, about every transfer, every rumor, everything, bruv. Oh, he's been on OTC's neck today.
Hey,
But you
they
know
was a bit
what? Yeah,
amicable earlier.
he's like OTC. He's just very optimistic about his team. Like
They'll
you know
die on
that
their
Yeah.
meme where the little girl's just swinging in fire. Yeah, that's them, man.
yeah, bruv. It's all gonna be all right, bruv. It's all gonna be all right. But it's a great result for you, though, Asher, man. Great result, bruv.
Nah, it was a very good result. I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. I'll be very real. I did not expect even a third of that performance from us going into the game on Monday.
I think other than OTC, I think we all pretty much predicted draws for that game.
I won a 50
Yeah,
quid,
no,
bruv, on United.
well, I
Yeah.
did say that to them guys. I was like, even though you bet on them to win, I can't include that in
Yeah.
our predictions
No,
because
of course, yeah. No,
Yeah,
I only put the bet on when I saw their midfield, bruv, and I saw like Milner, Henderson, and these man. I was just like, do you know what? Do you know
that
what?
kind
I
of
think United
surprised me.
could.
Liverpool go in such with such an old, I mean, not old Man United, Liverpool going with such an old midfield. I always
They
kind
got
of
hella
felt,
injuries, though,
that's
innit?
why I'm not getting too carried away with it. To be
you know, what it
honest,
is I see people playing this injury thing, yeah, and yes, there's injuries, but I'm just not buying it. You get a squad of 25. If you choose to use 14 man, that sounds like a you problem. Like you have a 25-man squad, make the squad count in it. Because as far as I'm concerned, the squad's there to be used. If you specifically choose to use like the same 13, 14 players, expect
Mm.
injuries and expect there to be
of course.
problems. But if
It
you're not going to
depends.
use your full squad, you can't come out and use that as an excuse. Oh, but we've got injuries here and there. Every team goes through patches where they get injuries. Like look a couple of seasons ago, man blamed the wind in Burnley for why they didn't get a victory. Like for
Klopp
me, it
he
feels
makes
like
too
a
many
very
excuses.
excuse-based thing with Klopp. The better team won on the night. You lot didn't turn up until like the 75th minute.
Do you know
Like
what?
they
Bro,
had
you
their
know what?
moments.
Yeah,
Man United are all
I
over the place.
genuinely feel like Klopp's Pep's little bro. Cause he always got an excuse, bro.
It's true.
Like he's always got an excuse. Like when, don't get me wrong, Pep says some outrageous things, yeah. But you know, like
Yeah,
this is the like you man said before, bro. It's the Pep Klopp era in it,
I
and
think Pep even did
Klopp's the
one
little
wild
bro
one
in this
against
thing.
Palace
You
last
get me?
season.
Like
No, but Klopp
Klopp's the
just
little
makes
bro in
excuses
this
about
thing. Like
everything, bro.
when he don't make smart decisions, I don't see him accounting for it too much like that. There's always an excuse for it.
Yeah.
Like I say,
Like
it's a bit of a weird one because,
It's a
like I
schedule,
say,
innit?
75th minute, it was all pretty much all Man United. Liverpool had chances in between them, but they didn't really grow into the game until about I think it was about the 75th minute when they actually fully got into the game and was actually you could see they was probably gonna get a goal or come close to a goal. Obviously, they got the goal in the end, but you could see that was pretty much on the cards. But for the most part, you kind of have to give Man United the credit because the counter attacking, it was quality
bro
counter.
was elite. Bro was
That's
elite.
it was quality for the second goal. Although I have my reservations about the second goal because, like I said, I don't get how VAR works this season. Like that is one I'm really confused about because when I looked at it in real time, I thought it was a goal. Then when they showed their lines, I was like, Well, clearly that's going to be ruled out because the line made it look like Rashford's foot was slightly ahead. And then I saw the green line and I just thought,
Well, no, because
what?
I think the top of his head played him onside, essentially, something dumb like that.
But this is my thing. I always, if in doubt, go with the benefit of the attacker. But I'm just saying, I don't think VAR really kind of helps you in these circumstances. Because, like I say, by one of the angles they showed, it looked offside. G can probably attest for because I think Jesus had a goal ruled out for offside, and when you looked at it, the line just like
You know, they had to zoom in so much, Carl, that the numbers on the back of Man's shirt, they're coming up 3, 4 numbers, bruv. They had to zoom in so much to see if it was offside. And then when it gets
it's so
that
stupid.
marginal, just give it, bruv, to the attacker. You know
Like I
what I mean?
say,
Like,
back in the day,
Yeah,
it was
you
always
can't,
if
you
the
can't
benefit of
go
the doubt goes to
searching
the
for it
attacker.
because that just takes time out of the game. That just kills momentum.
yeah.
But like I say, that counter attacking was so good. Like it was just so, and it was so quick. Was it a
Bro,
All
we
Liverpool?
over them.
played
United
passes.
were all over Liverpool, bruv. Like, literally just bum rushed them, man, bruv. You get
Like, bro,
me?
we had them rattled early in the first half.
Rattle blood. Completely, like, Liverpool just look off the pace. They defend that high line they were playing. They're just looking vulnerable, bruv. I was just like, right,
Van
man.
Dijk. Oh, mate,
What was
this guy
really
is
telling
rubbish.
was after that first goal with the way Milner reacted to Van Dijk.
Yeah.
It kind of made me laugh a little bit because obviously you see it, and then obviously as a football fan, I was sitting here laughing. I was like, "Oh, that's kind of funny." Like, man's probably lost it. Not at that time, not really kind of realizing it was James Milner that was sent to the shop. I'm like, yeah, my man could have probably done a bit better, but don't act like you weren't just sent to the shops. Like,
I heard someone on the
you got sent.
timeline said Virgil van Dijk was doing the little Kim.
Oh, he
Bruv.
was fam. But that's what I'm saying. He could have probably closed it down a bit. You know, it is. It's
You
a
know,
bit
you know
easy.
one of them dons who ice skate, blood, you know, in the Olympics, blood. They've got their hands behind their back, blood. They're like, moving like that, blood. That's what he was doing.
You know who the
I
only
was like,
benefit
what
of
he
doubt
was
I would
doing.
give, yeah. It looked kind of obviously slow motion, like when you actually break it down, and obviously the replays go slower. But I think in real time, now obviously I'm not making excuses for him, but maybe he felt at the time rather than closing down, he probably thought once he did the chop and sent Milner, he was probably going to shoot a bit quicker. Because I'm not gonna lie, I didn't expect him to kind of compose himself then shoot. So I think probably
Yeah.
in real time, Van Dijk's probably thinking, I've got myself in a position where I'm in a position to block, not realizing that obviously my man's gonna compose himself, then shoot. Because I'm not gonna lie, like I say, looking at it in real time, I never expect once Sancho sent him, I was expecting him just to fire the shot off. I didn't actually expect him to start like kind of compose himself, then shoot.
But it's
So
because
it
No,
Van
but if
Dijk
you
didn't
watch
put the pressure
Sancho,
on
you
him,
know
blood.
that's what he does. He takes time to compose himself. Even when
no,
he's
but that's
like
what I'm
making a
saying.
pass or playing across, he takes that time if he can.
No, but that's what I'm saying. In real time, Van Dijk's probably not thinking he's going to compose himself. Van Dijk's probably just thinking he's going to shoot straight away, get the shot off. That's what I'm saying. I'm not making excuses, but I'm just looking at it from that point. Maybe in real,
Nah, I
like
get that.
in that moment, that's
But a
probably
lot,
what
I
he was
think
thinking.
personally, he's been off the pace for a little
He
minute
hasn't
now.
been the
Still, he's
same.
not been big verge like from
Mitrovic ruined
pre-COVID and
him.
COVID times.
Zaha
I
ruined
think it was
him.
before that. I think it was back at the last
You know,
season. He
like
wasn't
when
amazing.
it's like when he died against.
I missed that
Oh, I
last
think
bit.
you're gone. But yeah, in terms of
We'll come back.
like Van Dijk, I, do you know what? I genuinely think with Liverpool, similar to Chelsea, the midfield is just old,
You know what's
worn,
crazy?
torn,
I
etc.
think
And I
the
think
stat was in the last 7 games, 7, 8 games, I think it is. They've conceded first and only gone
yeah.
on to win, I think, 2 of those games.
Who, Liverpool?
Yeah, Liverpool.
Yeah.
Oh, I
Right.
Yeah, I
think one
think
of them was against Spurs. I think one of them was against Spurs. The other
it
one was the
started
last game of
last
the season.
season and it's continued into this season where they've just conceded the first goal.
Yeah. That's
Like
what
I
you know.
say,
What that's why I thought Liverpool were going to finish fourth this season. When I watched Liverpool, I'm like, no, this team is this team's on its last legs. I'm telling you,
you know what was interesting though?
they
Because remember Dan was saying about Gomez starting
yeah.
and he was surprised with who started last game? Nat
Nat
Phillips.
Williams.
Okay, that one
Oh,
did. Yeah, him.
that's it.
He kind of surprised me, and I thought Gomez would have started. But Gomez started the Man United game, but he didn't even look up to it himself. I think there's the same problems are reoccurring with that defense.
How bad did Trent look as well, boys?
Oh, he was
Honestly,
terrible.
bruv.
He
He
was
was
terrible.
looking shocking, blood. Honestly, bruv. It was
He's been
awful.
poor.
I
Like,
even go as far as to say is even Robertson didn't look the best.
true
He was
that.
better out of the two, but he didn't look the best.
Nah,
Like I
Trent's
think
been
there was a
poor
lot
this
of
season.
flaws you could pick in that Liverpool team,
Mm.
and I'm not even gonna like because I would say the best player for Liverpool was probably Diaz on the day. Diaz was probably their best player, like attack wise.
Yeah,
Like
I'd agree.
he was one trying to get forward.
Mm.
But like I
Yeah, I
say,
mean, they need some of their players back. Thiago, Jota, Nunez, and all them, man, bruv, because it's
well,
looking all a bit
Nunez is still
old
got
and
2 games
washed.
out in it.
Firmino, Milner, Henderson, these men are looking old, blood. You know what I mean? Like,
No, they
I'm not
definitely need
sure,
like
but
a refresh
I think they'll
in
come.
the
I think they'll
midfield.
come back. I can't
They'll
see them
come back.
finishing fourth. They'll come back.
I know Klopp saying they won't sign no one, but I just get this feeling that we'll probably see maybe one player come through the door for them. I can't see them based on what we've
Bellingham,
seen.
forget Bellingham or something like that, bruv. That would be.
Well, that's their target for next summer.
Oh, is the next one? Yeah.
Yeah, so they're saying that one will be next summer, but they're surely going to have to try and find at least one midfielder because I think once Jota's back and obviously once Darwin's back from suspension, the attack's pretty much sorted. But it's literally the middle of the midfield where you can see literally all the problems. It's terrible. Like
So who's missing
Milner,
this? Thiago, Keita, anyone else?
Thiago,
Fabinho.
Keita,
Fabinho, come on, didn't he? So
Fabinho
he's
was
fit.
apparently he was playing injured though, so I don't know
Okay.
how bad that one is.
So
One
it's the
second, I'll see
three
if
then,
I can get
Keita,
the
Fabinho, and Thiago. The three that normally start, basically, isn't it?
Who's that geezer with the fridge
so
again? Oh, that winger with the fridge. Oh, what's his name?
Curtis Jones.
No, not the
Curtis
not
Jones.
Curtis
not
Jones
not.
is injured. Chamberlain's out still. Konate is obviously out.
When is Chamberlain fit? This guy, Chamberlain's never fit. I don't know. I don't know why he's the
You know
footballer.
it.
He should retire. He's like Jack Wilshere. He's worse than Jack Wilshere in terms of injuries.
You know it is. I'd say his first injury for Liverpool wasn't at the ACL. I'm sure
He
his
was injured
first
at
injury for
Arsenal.
Liverpool.
He's always injured at Arsenal. I don't know why they
The
bought him.
season that he left, though, he played really, really well that
And
season
then
for
did
us.
he get
And
but that
I
season
was
he left,
gutted that he left that season, man.
didn't he get injured like just before the Champions League final and that as well? Like I
But
swear it
as
was
soon
like
as he
late
got
in
to
the season.
Liverpool, he's a side man there, blood. You know what I mean? He's a bench you in it. So he's not like. Whereas at Arsenal, if he stayed, I think he would have had a chance to lock down a place, blood. Do you get me?
Yeah.
Yeah, so they've got holes in their midfield that obviously once injuries come back, you'd pretty much say they'd pretty much sort themselves out. But because they had this Sepp Vandenberg on the bench, I don't even know who the hell he is.
Who?
Sepp Vandenberg, man's number 72. Big man, it's even worse. They had this don called Harvey Davis on the bench. He scored numbers 95.
No. Well, he was probably born in 1995 then. Nah.
No, he would have been this millennium, big man.
Really?
Bobby Clark.
Nah,
I don't.
yeah.
These have got to be some serious academy players that he's trying to throw on the
Hoyton
bench. I don't know
youth,
if
bro. You know, like
I mean,
that's state.
He's
Hoyton
boying it,
state,
bro. If
bro.
he's born in 1995, he's 27, bro. He's in the prime of his career. You give him a 95. That's horrid.
Harvey Davis. Let's see when he was born. Because, like I said, I don't know who this guy is. I just know he scored numbers 95.
Wait, so what
And
we
do you
say?
know how-
What was it?
Do you know how bad you like down? And he's a goalkeeper.
Beg your pardon?
He's a goalkeeper.
No.
I don't
They
even
have
know
two
who these youth
goalkeepers on
are.
the bench.
So do you think the
goalkeepers. I know.
Liverpool will sign anyone this summer or not?
I think one player. I don't know what that player will be, but I think they'll bring in one player. There's no way you can go
Well,
through this transfer.
you see rumors on the internet and all that shit, innit? Sorry, I keep
OTC,
sorry. You
sorry,
see
just
rumors on
to-
the internet and all that, yeah? But I hear that Liverpool are trying to hold out for Jude next year.
Yeah, no, that's they've already
that's what
come out and
Carl
said
just
that's
said,
their
yeah.
target for next year. They're not going to try to do it this year. They're gonna
Actually, what
hold
about
out
you
on
boys? You boys are going to go on some mad spree,
Yeah.
blood.
Yeah, are you
Well,
guys back
Anthony,
now? Are you guys back now? Because you beat Liverpool, your players look well. What you say? Like top four? What's going
You know,
on?
I think
OTC's
we're
clipping
back.
it. You know, OTC's got this on record now. He's
I
putting
don't
this
think
in the
we're back.
chamber.
OTC
Nah,
record, boy.
nah. You'd be foolish to say we're back in it, because, bro, I'm not one of them idiot fans that fail to realize like there's a couple key players missing out of that Liverpool team in it. Like, but overall, it was a good start in it to build on. Like in the Ten Hag era, obviously coming off of two big losses off a games we really shouldn't even be drawing, let alone losing 2-1, 3-1, or 4-0 and all them
You know
things
the
there.
Brighton one, yeah. The Brighton one ain't. I don't think it's bad as like yeah. It's obviously as a Man
Well, no,
United
we got
fan,
touched
it's
out
not a good
worse the
thing.
season before, innit? So
No, but I'm saying I think in the second half, once like I say, in the second half when Ronaldo come on, the style of play from United changed, and it was more of an attacking threat at that point in that game. Because when it went 2-1, I kind of expected Man United to claw it back and get a draw. That was how much the attacking presence in the second half was. Whereas I think with the Brentford game, it was just completely different. Like it was from, because I'm not going to sit there and say it was from thing, because everyone sits there and says, "Oh yeah,
bro, I'm not gonna
dominated."
lie, I
I say for the
genuinely thought that
first
the
7-8
Brentford game was
minutes,
just judge on its own, bro.
the first 7-8 minutes, I'd
The
say
other
it was
funny
pretty
thing
much
is,
even.
I was on
And then
holiday. I was
minute
just
10,
looking at my phone. Every goal that went in is like
That
another
must have been a
one.
frigging treat for you,
10
bro.
minutes, and then I'm just seeing Bear, Dan, the man, setting voice notes, bro.
Bro,
I know he was just getting vexed.
listen. I'm not gonna lie, Dan. If you watch this, I didn't listen to none of them, fam. Car, bro. You was do it, yeah, bro.
Oh, that was a crazy
yeah,
that result.
I'm
it was
pretty
that bad.
sure I was at work just trying to just deliver my
You was
deliveries,
at work
bro, and
because
I'm
you
just
cussed me the
getting all
following
these
day when
voice
I
notes.
come
I'm
from.
like, nah, it's not good. This
Yeah,
is
you
not
cussed me the
good. They're
following
all
day.
59 seconds long, bro. This is mad.
Yeah.
Put it this way,
Oh,
my
bro.
missus went to the kitchen, come back. She was like, another one, come back. I think it got to
Another.
4-0.
Don't
She
do
was
that.
like,
Don't do that.
4 goals to Brentford. I was like,
Bro,
I
she don't
just,
watch football. Why is she saying this stuff?
oh, don't worry. I get it certain times when Crystal Palace is playing. Oh yeah, don't worry, they'll
No,
lose.
but
I'm
that's
like,
expected, man.
I
Don't
don't
do
need
that.
that negativity in this front room.
Nah, man,
It's
'cause it's
now
just like mum,
you've
bro.
got
Because
to
I'll be
build.
with mum and she acts like she's watching Prime Barcelona when Palace are on TV, bro. I have to remind her, like, you support Palace, innit?
Aye.
I
Our
think
football
you
these
guys are
days is a
building this
bit
now,
like
though,
prime
man.
Barcelona.
Yeah, with
You
Vieira.
guys are
You
doing
guys
that.
might
If
need
you get
Vieira.
Anthony in, 100 million's a lot, but beggars can't be
I
choosers.
think it
Bro.
works out to be 94 million euros is what their figure is. But weirdly enough, I was listening to Sky Sports earlier, and they was basically saying Ajax off this transfer window alone will probably make their yearly earnings just off this one transfer window. They say their books are around 120 million a year, and in this
But
one
it made a
transfer
third
window,
of that already off Lisandro Martinez.
yeah, they were basically saying in this transfer
Butcher,
window
bud.
they'll pretty much equal their thing from the last accounts that they submitted.
What's his Anthony you like? I don't really know much about him, bro. Is he any good or what? Or
Well,
I don't.
I've only
I
seen a
would
little
say
bit
it's
of him.
outstanding. Yeah, I watched a couple of
I
games.
would,
He's
to be
half decent.
fair, I don't know much about him. So for me right now, I'm looking at 94 million. Like, ooh, it's a bit brazy still.
Do you want to know his stats? Do you want to know his stats, guys? Last
Drop
season.
him.
All right, let's go. In Eredivisie, he played 23 games. He scored 8 goals and 4 assists. Champions League, 7 appearances, 2 goals, 4 assists. And some other cup, we're not counting that shit, bro. Yeah, so overall 33 games last season, 12 goals, 10 assists in the Eredivisie. Yeah. The season beforehand,
That's brazy.
32. Overall, he played 46 games, 10 goals, 10 assists in 2021, or the year beforehand. 1920. So basically, he's only scoring 10 goals and 10 assists in the Dutch league.
So would you say it's very like Lukaku-ish?
Nah, bro. That ain't Lukaku numbers.
Very.
Bro. That's Mason Mount numbers. I think Mason Mount will get more numbers than him. That's literally Mason Mount numbers we're talking about here. And you know what? I'm really scared.
so
I'm
hang
not
on.
gonna
Last year
lie.
he got
Again,
8 goals. He got 8 league goals last year. OTC,
Yeah. Last
Wow.
year,
crazy.
2020. Yeah, last year he got 8 league
How
goals.
old is he?
What is he? Is he a winger though, blood, or what is he? Is he a winger?
He's
Yeah.
like a winger forward.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. So like a Saka or something like a Martinelli for us, yeah,
Yeah, he can go
or
in.
Rashford and
Yeah,
Sancho.
I think he's a right winger to be more precise.
Yeah.
Like Sancho is for you right now, yeah, like
Yeah.
that position. Yeah.
Yeah. 8 goals, 4 assists last season.
Those numbers are a bit dry though, isn't it? It's weird.
They're very, very, very dry.
And he only
Very,
plays on
very
the right
dry.
wing.
The only thing I don't condone 94 million at all. The only thing I could think
How
that
old is he?
my man's even thinking is probably because he's a Ten Hag player, innit?
How old is he? He's 22.
Could be. He's still like he's what 20. He could only be like 24.
22.
No,
So
no, he's 22. And he was born in February. So, you know.
You know what it's in that position. Like tonight, my son Theo had his first football training session. He's like distraught afterwards because he didn't get like any goals. But I was like, you played sick, like you're taking on players, setting up. You know what I mean? So it could be like one of them ones where like, okay, he might not get the goals in a game, but if he's twining up that and squaring it across the box,
No, that's what I'm saying. Do you know it is because I've never done no research into him. I just wanted to hear the stats in it, but I don't. I try not to read too much into stats because Fred's not a very statistical player. But for me, I think he's one of like the more trying players, if you ask me, in terms of like getting the ball back.
Stuff kind of goes
If he loses the ball or pressing, like he's the only player in that team that we've had in the last few seasons that actually has had the ability to press for a full 90.
Yeah.
It's just been very calamitous at times.
It's got to the point, Ash, where you've left it so late, you just got to back your manager now, blood. If he says, right, I want Casemiro, I want Anthony, and I want the next man, just go and get it now, blood. You know,
that's it, literally. That's why I said I'm not too invested in this season because anyone thinking we're going to go straight back into the top 4, I mean, don't get me wrong, I'd love it if it was like a straight Champions League or league, you get me, trophy season, but I'm very, very prepared. Like, I'm not even surprised if man get a 10th or 11th finish. You get it?
Do you know what? I think you get it bumped. Do you know why? I'm looking at Hakim Ziyech. We bought him. Same position, right wing for Ajax. Yeah, same position. 1920 season. 9 goals, overall competition. 9 goals and 20 assists. And that's Hakim Ziyech. At the age of what? At that period of time, probably about 24, something like that.
You know, I think Man United's team is desperation right now. That's what the issue is. They're kind of they're using it against them in that sense, and I think that's probably the biggest flaw in the battle of negotiations for this one.
I don't even think we got 40 million for Ziyech. I don't even think we got 40 million for Ziyech.
And you're not trying to sell him back. You're not probably going to benefit from that sale because when there talks of him going back to Ajax, so if Ajax make the Anthony deal,
they're getting him to replace Anthony. They're getting Ziyech to replace Anthony.
They're going to reimburse you, man.
Yeah, literally.
So you kind of want that deal to go through.
Yeah, but he got. You know what's crazy? He got better numbers than this Anthony fella, and he was only 35 million from us. So how did this guy come up to 100 million pounds? 100 million or 94? Basically, the best part of 100 million.
I'm just gonna call it like this. Maybe the ceiling for Anthony is probably predicted to be a bit higher than Ziyech. Is the only thing I can guess. You're gonna work it off. Because, like I say, if you go by stats,
but Ziyech looked rude. Like I watched him that season in the Champions League, and he was balling out, bruv. So when you signed him OTC, I thought, rare, you got a proper baller who's got good tech, but
he's not.
He hasn't delivered, blood. He hasn't delivered there for you.
He didn't want to play for Chelsea, bro.
A lot of Bundesliga players don't come to the Premier League and light it up. And not all Dutch players from the Dutch.
You know, Ziyech wanted to join Arsenal before Chelsea, innit?
Yeah. All I know is I remember watching him that season in the Champions League, and I was just thinking, he's a player, bruv. You know what I mean?
It's like, remember with Lacazette?
Bro.
It's like Lacazette was, Arsenal was his backup in it because he was pretty much at Madrid at that point, and they got slapped with the transfer.
Atletico, yeah, Atletico Madrid, yeah.
So Arsenal managed to benefit from that one. Like I say, it's one of them weird ones, isn't it? Sometimes you benefit from someone else's mess up. It's like Barcelona and them, man. They could face a few they're probably just gonna get a slap on the wrist by the time
Nothing's
UEFA
gonna happen to them, bruv. These man, honestly, they're like, they just seem to do whatever they want, bruv. It's mad.
Yeah, UEFA's just probably gonna slap them with a little
Trust me.
fine, them PSG and all them, and it's just not. It's dumb.
UEFA are panicking because they don't want man to try and leave and go Super League again. So I can't. Well, maybe I'm wrong, but I can't see them doing anything serious, blood. What are
No,
you
they
gonna
won't.
do?
It
Piss
will
off all the
be a slap on the
clubs,
You
and
know they're
then
not.
they're
It'll
gonna go
still
and
be a
set
slap
up a
on the
Super
wrist.
League.
It's gonna be a fine because didn't these times PSG? I'm sure they got fined not long ago from UEFA for the same thing. It's a weird one. I don't see no serious sanctions coming out of this. I wouldn't hold my breath. So do we want to move on to Arsenal?
Let's do it, bruv.
Yeah, the mention of Arsenal, Pepe
Oh,
to
he's gone now
Nice or
to Nice.
Nice
He's on
I,
loan, innit?
for
I
the
think Pepe,
season.
wherever he goes, he'll do well. You know that. I'm saying it now. Wherever he goes in France, I bet he does well because our manager doesn't like him, innit? But his first year, he scored 16 goals, bruv. I remember. And then
Ooh,
What for
second year,
Arsenal?
for
quick
Arsenal,
one for the
yeah.
Carabao Cup though.
All right.
Man City Chelsea in the Carabao Cup.
To be fair,
Yeah?
I've never actually
Yeah,
got
just
to
seeing the
ask
draw
you
now.
this question. G,
Yeah, bruv.
ultimately, should you have just gone down the Wilfred Zaha route?
100, bruv.
Oh,
100,
Palace
man.
Newcastle.
Like, the basically, we wanted Saha. The reason why we got Pepe is because
Because you could play in
what's the name?
Ghana.
Leon let us pay in installments, blood. You know, and pay as you go contract,
Yeah.
blood. Like some fucking waste man, bruv. Yeah, we can't even get the rental, bruv. We're doing a pay as you go thing, bruv, on the platform.
You put
These
money
men were
into the
calling
meal.
him
You got
Don.
money
They
in
were
the
calling him
meal.
Don Raul, bruv, and all this
Man's
thing.
got the whip
And we
on
got this
finance,
Sven guy
64-month
from Borussia
contract, you know.
Dortmund. Bruv, this guy, he spun us, bruv. He spun us, man. We spent like 100. I think I was saying last week, we spent like 160 million, and we've sold all these players now. We only got 20 million back from them, bruv.
Who did
All
you lot
bums,
get? Was
bruv.
it
Bunch
Lil?
of bums, all of them. But
Where have
give
you
me
got
1
it
minute.
from?
I've just got my son's calling me. 1 second, boys. Yeah, 1 second.
Yeah.
So quickly break it down. Arsenal got Brighton in the Carabao Cup.
Okay.
Liverpool got
When did they
Derby.
play this
Man United
fixture?
got Villa in November. I saw this earlier and I was like, this is so dumb. You're doing a draw now and it's not getting played till bloody November. To be fair, granted, for the EFL clubs, I get it because I was looking at AFC Wimbledon's fixtures the other day because I was like, if you're not going to come to mind for the Eubank fight, I was like, let me see if there's parking restrictions on that day because obviously, they like to have that stupid thing in place now. And then when I was checking it, I was like, up until that day, I think they got like 10 fixtures from now until that day. And that fight's not that far away. It's just it's 5 weeks away, 5-6 weeks. And they got like to fit in like 10 fixtures.
So who's Chelsea got?
You guys got City.
Manchester City.
Yeah, Manchester City away. So you lot are up at City. Man United are at home to Villa. Arsenal at home to Brighton. And Palace are away to Newcastle.
Let's just get the police constables on standby for the Man City game because Chelsea are going to need to file sexual assault charges on this form.
No. Man City against us in the cup competition, we usually whack them up. So it's calm. Like, I think the last season...
Again, because of when these fixtures are being played, it's going to be a weird one to predict. Because it's
because some national teams closer to the World Cup here, they're going to be cautious of how much their players are playing.
No, but that's what I'm saying. This thing is like a week or two before the World Cup starts. I'm sure it's November 7th. They said this round of fixtures will be played. Once this thing finalizes, I'll let you know. But I'm pretty sure that's the week I saw earlier. Yeah, see, look, there you go. Look, ties to be played on week commencing November 7th.
Okay.
And the World Cup starts, 2 weeks after that? It's an interesting draw. Okay, G's gone for now. So we'll do Palace and then we'll come back to G. So with the Palace game, like I say, before the game, I remember saying to my mum, only once I'd seen the lineups, I was like, I reckon it's going to... I had a feeling it was going to be 3-1 because I saw the lineups and I thought, okay, this looks kind of interesting. Like I don't know what I was expecting. I don't even know who I was expecting really to start, but I think it's because we started Edward. We were starting a striker up top, which is why I thought, maybe we'll probably be. I could definitely see more goals coming in. So now, obviously, the game started now. Like for the first few minutes, nothing really in it, and then I think it started from. It wasn't even a counter attack. It was just literally playing the ball. I think they sent a long ball up, and Bailey kind of nodded it through, and it kind of split Gay and Anderson, and then Watkins just happened to be on it, put it in. Kind of went a bit mental. Like he was goading the fans. We'll say like.
Yeah, you see when you do that, yeah, you gotta do that
You want
like 70th minute times, because you do that too early in the game, it's just gonna come back, man.
Well, here we go. So then, obviously, 2 minutes later, I think they hit us on a. I can't remember if it was a counter attack. Either way, they was on the attack, and then I think the ball was down their right side. It kind of come in. I think we kind of half cleared it, and then Buendia was on the ball. Buendia kind of made a run into the box, and then Decore kind of put his foot in but won the ball. Obviously, they started appealing for a penalty, and then obviously, I think it was Ward knocked it long, and I know he didn't mean it because it was clearly fluke, and I didn't notice at the time. I only noticed it when I watched Match of the Day later that Edward kind of got like a touch on the ball, but the touch he took on the ball was so perfectly placed, like it put it straight into Zaha's path. Then obviously he just ran straight at the keeper. And I ain't gonna lie, watching it at the time, obviously I've seen like it was a nice goal, shot it across, but when I saw the replay, I didn't realize he kind of like hit it first time when he got into his left foot, which I wouldn't have normally expected him to do. Like when I saw the replay, like if I was just watching that for the first time and didn't know the score, and that I would have thought the way he was running, he probably would have tried to chop it back, like cut back, and then put it on his right. So I think him hitting it kind of like first time across the keeper, obviously put it straight across, went in, and obviously Stadium went crazy. Watkins got a bit of a
Nah,
boost off.
I have to say, Wolves finishing this season so far has been top.
The brother's balling out, man. He's balling
He's
out.
balling like never before.
No, but I'll say what's even better is him and Eze playing on the same side is ridiculous to watch. What these two men are doing to people is crazy.
Basically, Carl, your attack. I think where playing Palace is different to a lot of playing other teams is all your attack. They look to just take on man straight away. They look to commit their defender straight away. And so it just, if you beat a man in football, the game opens up because you've beaten your man, which means someone else's man's got to come and close you, and that's how the game all opens up. And
but
that's the difference.
You guys got us at the perfect time, because I think if you guys got us like either second game or third game in, I think your defense would have probably had more problems. So I think when you guys got us, looking at it now, it was the perfect time to actually play us, because, like I say, it was only the second game they was playing together properly. Like the team weren't as gelled.
We're playing well as well, though, blood. Right, we're getting better.
No, you lot are playing well. I'm saying you lot are playing better as well.
Yeah.
But I think playing us then, like,
you're a
because
bit
I
cold,
think
isn't it?
in the second half when we was more dominant in that game, I think we not necessarily Eze, but I think we probably would have been a bit more.
Very wasteful in that game, though. Arsenal.
It was, but like I'm saying, I won't take nothing from Arsenal because Saliba was outstanding in that game. Like his defensive ability in that game was crazy.
This is what makes me get mad about
Saliba is him. Saliba is him, blood.
Listen,
bro, Saliba's cold. I know.
He's a videographer, bro.
Arteta, you need to hold him responsible because it's his fault, that he was over in France recording each other wanking in the fucking changing room, bro.
Yeah, that's what.
Yeah,
but he's come back a man. This is why I disagree. We signed Saliba when he was 18 years old. You can't play at the back for Arsenal when you're 18, man. It's very, very hard. Like all the pressure. Like we're a shit team as well for the last couple of years. He's come back now. He's a man. He looks ready, blood. You know what I mean? And he's still only 21.
Saliba's done it the smart way. He's done what he's needed to do in France both times. And he's got an award for it this time. And He just said, I want Champions League. And Arteta said, no, you don't. First team here. And I think he wasn't ever really going to leave. Like, I think he was actually trying to he had everything to strong arm Arteta to actually giving him a chance. And it's actually working for him. Because now Arteta's
he grew up an Arsenal fan. He's got like there's photos of him, with Arsenal shirts. So I think he always wanted his chance, but he did have a go at Arteta like about a year ago, saying, I haven't had a chance. How do you know if I'm good enough or not? And Arteta just said in the press, look, you need another year. As soon as this summer came, as soon as the season finished, to be fair, I remember hearing an interview, Arteta said, we're keeping Saliba for this next season now. So there's obviously a plan that they want him to get a certain amount of games, prove himself, develop, and now he just looks ready, blood. And the thing is, he's still only 21, and he will make mistakes because he is only 21. Like, he scored an own goal, blood, last week. But the eye test just tells you, innit, that this guy, he's 6'4", 6'5" as well, blood. He's a unit.
He's definitely there.
He's pacey. He's
I'll get back
decent.
to that.
I've always had Saliba as a quality player.
Yeah, so I think
players that Arsenal don't tend to give a chance to tend to be quality players.
Yeah,
Arsenal have lost a lot of quality players over the years, but then because they don't get to play for Arsenal, obviously surprisingly, most of these Arsenal players that play in their academy are Arsenal fans. That's one thing I gotta admire, really. When they don't play for Arsenal, a lot of them just like fall off, and then they don't really apply themselves and play lower league football just to make sure they got that football living.
This team, though, like, I can just tell the difference now, innit? The atmosphere with the fans for us, like, the fans are behind this group of players, because if you look at the team we had exactly 2 years ago, the one that won the FA Cup, we had up front, it was Laka, Oba, Pepe. In the middle, it was Shaka. Who else was it, man?
I think there's only 2 players remaining from that squad still there.
They're all gone. The only people who are there. Yeah, only people who are there is Tierney and Shaka. That's it. 9 new players. 9. So it's a completely different team. And the owners, as much as we moan about them, they have given Arteta a big P, blood. They gave him 150 last year. They give him the same again this year. So he has been backed. And as an Arsenal fan, all you want to see is the owners back whatever manager is there at the time, innit? And so this year, the pressure is on Arteta now. He's got to, and I think looking at the squad, the thing is, we've got a decent team. I just don't know about the squad, innit? Like, we're a couple of players short, but at least I enjoy watching my team now, blood. You know what I mean? I enjoy watching them. They play decent football. There's like 3 or 4 academy players who've been at Arsenal since they were 7, 8 years old. So they're just more to like about them. Do you know what I mean? So even though they choked blood last season, innit? 3 games to go. Got spun at White Hart Lane, got spun at St James Park, and we gave Tottenham 4th. Even though that happened, the fans are still with the team because it's just a different young team now. It's just you know what I mean? Like, in previous years, everyone would just be coming on this season pissed off, but because they're all young, most of them are like 20, 21 years old. You know what I'm saying? So because it's a young team, a different era. Fans are behind the team, blood. So I think we can have a decent season. Obviously we're not near City and that, but I still think we can have a decent season, and I'm enjoying watching us play right now. Do you get me? So, you can only beat who's in front of you. We haven't played anybody yet. I said we caught Palace when they were a bit cold. Leicester they're sliding down that table. Bournemouth are relegation fodder. So we haven't beaten anybody yet, but you can only beat what's in front of you, boys, isn't it? You can't. You can't. We're not in control of the fixtures, but all I know is the teams we're supposed to be slapping up.
Well,
Leicester,
you know that.
You mentioned earlier Arsenal fan. Yeah, how do you feel about Orba going to the ops, sitting right on top of you?
Yeah, you know what? With Oba, I really appreciate what he done. All the goals he scored. Bro, when he was at Arsenal, before he got that contract, no one in this country scored more goals than him. And he won us the FA Cup. He scored 2 goals in the semi-final, 2 goals in the final. He done bits for us. So you ask any Arsenal fan, we all like him, blood. You know what I mean? But At the end of the day, the manager is the boss, and if the manager doesn't want him in the team, he's got a cut blood. It's never going to work if you've got a player and a manager, a captain, should I say, and a manager who don't get on. So we've moved him on. We've got Jesus in. We're happy with it. He looks motivated to be that guy. And yeah, let's see what happens, man. You know what I'm saying? And it will. At the end of the day, it's a question for OTC. He's gonna be running out of Stamford Bridge with an Arsenal tattoo, blood here, showing you man every week, blood. So
let's get back
yeah.
to that. So we'll finish the Palace game, then we'll get back to that one quickly, yeah. Because there's a few things in the Palace game. So obviously in the first half, like I think it was VAR related. So we had a free kick. It's a weird one because, like I say, this is why I say the line drawing is very dodgy. Because, like I say, with Rashford's goal, I thought it was offside by what they show you on the camera, and then when they showed the Edward one back, even now when I look at it, I'm like, well, we're calling this offside, but he's either very in line, or I would say the Villa. I think it was Mings. Mings was just playing him on, but somehow the way they've done the lines, it's deemed he's offside. So obviously we score from that, then it's ruled out. The funny thing was the Villa fans started going crazy with a chant for VAR. It was ridiculous. It was embarrassing. Like, and then we was all over them in that heart, like towards back end. Because then IU had one like right near the end of the first half, should have scored. Just put it straight at Martinez. It made me angry. I'm not gonna lie. I was thinking anywhere but where
That was a sitter, blood. That was an
it was a
absolute
sitter.
sitter.
I'm seeing it and I was just like, it sunk my heart because I was thinking if we're going to lose this game, that is going to be a reason why. So then second half starts, and then I'd say it was probably their only real chance of the second half. Bailey gets down the right hand side, then he kind of cuts in, hits the bar. But then from he hits the bar, we just took control of the second half. And then it was a little passenger play. I think went on attack. I think Eze, no, I don't think it got through on goal. We had one chance, and obviously it went out for a corner. Now, when the corner come in and the incident happened, it was from like a gay header and it hit Lucadinho on the hand. But I turned to my mom and I was like, right, I think we should have a penalty here. But obviously it's still in real time. And then obviously it stops with VAR. Now, granted, we got the penalty from VAR. I don't think it was a penalty, but I do feel like it was justice in return for me, I would say, disallowing a perfectly decent goal for
Harsh
offside.
pen, that blood. It was a harsh
That's what
pen,
I'm saying.
man.
It was a harsh pen, but I feel on
Yeah.
the day VAR decisions kind of balanced it out because I feel we had a goal ruled out for offside, which was ridiculous. Then we benefited from a penalty, which, on reflection, in real time, I thought it was a penalty because I did see it hit the hand from where I was sitting. So, like I say, in real time, I thought it was a penalty, but when I saw the replay back, I was like, nah, it was never a pen. But obviously, Zaha took it, missed the thing, then obviously scored the rebound. Then Watkins, he was in for a torrid time from that point. And then we made the subs and brought on Elise and Mateta. And surprisingly, I wouldn't say Elise had the greatest game when he come on because we kind of kept everything on the left-hand side. And the link-up play between Wilf, Eze, and Mitchell for the third goal was crazy. I think it started with Eze.
Yeah, that was a night. Who
gave
was
the
it?
ball to Mitchell.
Was that Mitchell with the final ball in?
Yeah, then Mitchell gave it to Zaha. Zaha did like a little black flick into like split the defenders. Then Mitchell whipped it like first time, and then right on cue, Mateta come in, put the ball in. Like
Why
I
is
was
Mateta
saying,
not starting more regularly?
Carl, what do you think
You
of
know,
Mattel? I was going to ask you, bro. What do you think
I
of him?
think you know what it is. When he first came, he made himself a hero of Palace fans because his first goal was
that
the
mad
sexy
flick against Brighton, innit?
Yeah, so that
was, bro.
already gave
30.
him status amongst Palace fans with it being against Brighton. Like that, he was already a winner. But the issue was he coming under Roy Hodgson, so it was kind of hard. Roy Hodgson didn't play the kind of football that suited him, and I think at that point we had an option to buy, because the weird thing was, I think even up because we activated that in the January transfer window, but there was talks on us sending him back because technically he was still a loan, so we was going to send him back and then loan someone else. But in the end, Vieira decided to make it a permanent, and I think it was a smart move because
Yeah, I think he
he
performs
is,
well
you
for
know,
you lot
he's
when he
not
gets.
great, but he can split a defense. He can make them run. Like he's a nice big man to have. It's a bit like Benteke with pace. So I think and he can run it at you as well. So he's got attributes that I think suit. Like I said, I think he's quality. Like I rate him. Like when a lot of Palace fans were disliking him, I was still like, nah, he's never really been given a chance. Then Vieira's come in. Vieira showed a lot of faith in him, and you're seeing that faith kind of be repaid. Like, so the issue I have though is we play City on the weekend, but I know we're not going to play an out and out striker. We'll probably do the same thing we did against Liverpool, where we'll do a 4-5-1 and Wilf will be in the middle, just at the top, and we'll probably try to play on the counter attack,
Yeah.
which I think might be the wrong tactics because I think Newcastle showed if you attack them, it's doable. And I think with the players we have in attack, we can definitely cause them problems. So it'll be interesting to see the starting lineup, but it's one of them ones where I think if we're just playing like
But
any of
you
the
got
other,
two good results against City last year, bro, didn't you? I
yeah,
remember.
we're the only team to stop them scoring last season on both
There you
games.
go. There you go.
So like I said, and we could have beat them at home as well. Ironically, we had like I think a chance near the end, and yeah, that got fluffed. But like I say, it's a weird one. It's just how we choose to line up because we can do the attacking thing and it will work fine. We can do the 4-5-1 thing, and I think that's what Patrick's come in and done. He's got us to a point now where we can either do the 4-5-1 thing and play the counter attacking football, or we
Yeah.
can play the all out attacking football. And I think both styles kind of work. So it's just going to be interesting to see what kind of tactics he chooses to employ on Saturday. I would probably go with the same way that Newcastle did it and probably just attack City because I think Anderson's going to bully
Are you at
Haaland
home
quite.
or are you playing them at the
No,
Etihad?
we're away, Etihad, and like I
I can
say,
see why he's doing a 4-5-1 thing then, bruv.
I
Like, do
think
you
he
know
would
what I
do the
mean?
4-5-1. I think he would do the four five
Yeah.
one. I think Anderson will do. He won't get the same reaction as Nunes, but he'll probably do all the same things to Haaland like he did to Nunes.
Mm.
He will annoy the hell out of Haaland. And like I said, I think it's going to be probably be an interesting watch that one. So I
It's a
mean, I'm
tough
kind of
game.
excited for the game.
Yeah. When
The
is it?
weird thing
Is it Saturday or Sunday? When's
it's
the
a
game?
Saturday game. But the weird
Saturday, all
thing
right.
is, under Roy Hodgson, even though we got victories at their ground with Hodgson, like I'd say, I'd feel more cautious going up there because you know what kind of football you're going to play. Whereas now you kind of don't know until the starting lineups announced, and then once the lineups announced, you kind of have an idea in your head what the kind of system's going to be. So, like I
Yeah.
say, I think it's going to be an interesting one to see, obviously, how this one plays out on Saturday. But I think I'm expecting a good game. I don't think City will have it their own way. So,
Yeah.
like I
No,
said,
I don't
it's
think
going to be
City will
interesting.
have it their way. But even if City have it their way, I think because your defense is kind of like you got Anderson and Guehi, and I think that's probably like the partnership you didn't realize you needed on a low key basis because they actually work good together. You get me?
Yeah, I think to the
Yeah.
back end of
The
last season, I think
way
the last 5 games were clean sheets. They're a solid defensive
Anderson's
partner,
looking good,
and
blood.
yeah,
they
He's
and
looking good,
Anderson's
fam.
experience is good, bro. For him to the way he was in Nunez's head all game, bro, and managed to
like I
finally
said, I
get him
think
to
he'll
chomp.
do the same thing to Haaland. He'll just be on him,
The
and
thing
he'll
about Anderson,
ride.
what I didn't realise is he can pass the ball nicely as
Yeah,
well,
he's
fam. You
got
know what I
he's got
mean?
the best
Mm.
out defenders. I think he's got the best diagonals. I think they even
Yeah.
said he's got the best passing accuracy out of all defenders across Europe. I
Who
think
did
last
he
season.
Wow.
come from?
Well, Leon, but he was at Fulham the season before on loan when they got relegated, and then we signed him. I think for I think it was 15 million, between 15
French
and 20
player.
million. I think it was. Well,
Oh,
yeah,
Good bit
he
of
comes.
business.
He come from Leon, so ironically now, obviously, one of our owners owns stakes in. I think he might be. I think he's the majority stakeholder now at Leon. Although the interesting thing
Oh,
is, one of our owners may have to sell up if Man United decide to sell. Good
Uh,
old Joshua Harris is involved in another one of those people looking at Man United. This guy seems to have his
yeah, man,
fingers in
make
a
him
lot of
look
pies when
better.
it comes to.
He's
Well,
connected, man. He's
like I
connected.
say,
He's got his thumbs in all the pies, rude boy.
if that consortium gets their way and gets an offering for United accepted, he's gonna have a sticky situation, just like they did if their bid got accepted for Chelsea.
Glazers aren't going anywhere. They're going to chuck 200 million on players, and then everyone
No,
will
they won't.
just.
They're just
Less of that,
that's
G.
what I'm saying. It's an interesting one
What
because
do you
if they
think you'll
sell,
get new owners in the next?
if
What
they
this
sell
like?
minority shares,
I don't
and that
think
guy,
it's happening as fast as Twitter makes it seem. I think we're very well way off. But I think
how much money the
the
Glazers made,
Glazers are running out of answers now, innit?
but do
Think
you know
how
how
I'm
much
not
money
worried. I'm not worried
thing is,
about
thing is,
United
Ash, I
whatsoever.
just think if they
Look,
go,
you don't need to be worried about our guys. You need to be worried about your guys and signing a Black Maguire, bro. You just chill
All
out,
right,
yeah.
all right, we're doing this, yeah.
Yeah,
You
what
man,
thing have
just
no,
chill out.
you man got the real Maguire, yeah, and he's on the bench sulking, bro. He's giving team talks to Casemiro and that midget. What's his name? Martinez, bro. He's giving team talks to these
Aye,
man.
Martinez
So
had a good game the other day, but the Glazers made the things from the
Man
stock market
said
the other day,
Maguire's on the bench. Like, man's not
just
okay
from
with
the
that,
talk
you
of
know.
sales, just from the talk of
listen,
them being sold, they made
the-
over 200 million in shares.
the Glazers aren't selling United anytime soon, blood. Like
That's a great
it's,
cash
Bro,
cow.
it's a
bro,
cash cow. How much money they made from it?
bro. They're a part of that community you can't speak about, so they will always prevail.
Dude,
Bruv.
it's like James Dolan with
These
the
man
Knicks.
rule the world, blood. Trust
I
me.
know what you're
These
talking
Jews in
about.
America don't
Oh wow,
underestimate their
G
power,
went
rude
there.
boy. No, but bruv, they've got money and power, rude boy.
That's a red
Here's my
card.
thing.
That's a red card, fam. That's a red card.
Anyways,
What the
let's move
facts?
on.
No,
It is,
that's a
but
Bro,
let's
Red
go.
I
card.
worked in banking for 20 years, bruv.
Red
Trust me. I'm
card.
telling you, the money is with the Jews in America. Whatever you want to say, they run the
true.
world, rude boy. I'm telling you, it's facts. Just look, just
And you know
do.
what? I'm that kind of guy. I'm not even gonna edit this out. I don't even
Yeah.
I don't care.
nah.
It is
That's
what
a
So I'm
red
not
card,
hating.
fam.
I'm not hating or anything, am I? I'm just stating that my
like I
opinion.
say,
My opinion is
the channel
they
is gonna
have
be unfiltered. So
they have
like,
huge power and influence. What's so bad about that? I don't understand what's so bad about it, bruv. You know?
I watch
Yeah.
next show. OTC is gonna hold up a warning sign like I don't agree with all the.
well,
I'm getting you cancelled, rude boy.
Nah,
You're getting
All
banned
views
from the
are
trust
not
mosque,
me,
my
man.
man.
own.
I'm worried, bro. Bro, what they did to Wiley.
Anyways.
I'm worried about these man.
anyways, we'll move on to Arsenal.
Leave it out.
How
Todd
did
don't have a
you
fucking clue,
predict
so let's just leave it out. Yeah.
that performance on Saturday. Did Dan
Saturday.
get
Who you got this weekend?
Now Dan weren't really active when you lot was been in the group chat.
Dan predicted 2-1 Bournemouth, blood. That's why he's not here tonight.
Yeah.
I told him I was gonna hold him to task about that because he must be the only person
Nah,
on
I
planet
think he was
Earth.
the only one that
Nah.
predicted
Dan
win.
has been. I listen. Dan's got a vengeance for you lot this season, and it's just unfortunate for him. We've just been slapped the first two
You know,
games of the
it's
season.
said to Oz. Me and Oz was messaging each other the other day, and he was obviously asking about football. I was like, boy, G's beefing Dan, OTC's
Nah,
beefing.
man, that guy's got internet out there, bro. There's a picture where he's lost his top lip, bruv. He's got internet, fam.
Bruv, honestly, man. So
Yeah, no,
anyway,
He's been hiding.
He's having family time at the moment, so that's why he's not on today.
Yeah,
Otherwise,
that's when all the man them go when they like the
and then
football's
G
not
didn't
going
help
well.
with
The
the
family
picture
they
about
ain't
his eye
seen them in a
neither.
while. They need to catch up.
have
GG
you been
was
looking
bad.
at his stories? He's been like they've been having like war. He's been going to the well, blood, walking back with buckets on his head and that, blood. Like, have you seen his Instagram stories? I've been catching jokes of him, bruv. I'm like, you're supposed to be on holiday, blood, and you're walking miles to a well with a bucket, rude boy. I'm like, this. What kind of holiday is that, bruv? I want a pina colada and a big fat spliff, blood. I like that. This
Nah, he
guy's
took his
walking
son
to
to
the
his
well.
roots, innit? Yeah, no, he took
You
his
know,
son.
that's
true,
that's
but
the only reason why I've not come on camera today, because we're doing censorship today. We're not promoting these things for the young kids.
oh, sorry, I'm probably ruining your team, bruv. But we're all
Nah,
just,
big man, I told you, I don't care.
You're mad, man.
There's
I
no
don't
filter
care
here.
either, bro. It's just
There's
all
no
kind of
filter
I
here.
got a nice, I got a nice
I don't agree with
OTC
none of
right
these fans.
now.
But
I don't
it
agree
is
with
funny
none of
that
these
he's
fans.
been while Odds has been on holiday. Liverpool are just getting like violated, bro. Van Dijk is out here. Virgil
Word,
van
I
Disney,
swear you go
whatever,
Africa and you get the righteous energy, fam. He went there and just got the wrong one, fam.
bruv. Man, they might as well have
Went on holiday.
Mugabe at the back, bruv. Then Virgil van Dijk, man. Put
You know what's mad?
Oz
He was
went to
blaming
the wrong hut,
OTC.
rude boy.
He was blaming OTC. He was saying the OTC
Nah,
curses back.
Nah, man. Nah, Liverpool.
I told him about your
I
wild
knew it,
predictions,
fam.
man. I told him
I
about your
knew
wild
Liverpool,
predictions.
fam.
7-1 then a 5-1.
Nah,
Like,
Liverpool.
what was you thinking at them times? Like
Because
a
he was
7-1.
Nah,
honestly,
you could
no,
justify it. You
bro,
could justify
bro.
it, yeah. Because I thought Liverpool after drawing the first two games,
You know
I
what it
thought
is?
they were gonna come
I'm
out
removing
smoke.
the Man United one. It's the 7-1 for Palace is where I need an explanation.
Nah,
You know
someone's
it is
getting
The
because
one
sacked.
guy that
Someone's getting
scored
sacked.
against
OTC,
us
yeah.
is no longer there. And did you know
OTC,
Mane
he
nearly
wants
had
to get the
7-1
group.
goal?
OTC just wants to get the group chat jumping and then disappear because he'll say something wild and disappear for like 8.5 hours, bro.
Nah.
And then
And
he
then
comes
he'll
back
pop
to
in with
7-1.
some wit.
So far this season, the worst predictions. 7-1 was fraudulent. We all know that.
Absolute
Dan's
stinkers, bro.
2-1 Bournemouth win is fucking fraudulent, blood. Let me tell you.
No,
That
bro.
was
That
West
was
Ham.
just
No. Dad thought
Dan
Man United.
2-1. That is out of pure hate and spite and bitterness, blood. How can you
Aye,
predict
G put
Bournemouth?
his hand on his chest. He
Bournemouth.
I'm
felt that,
telling
bruv.
you, blood, straight up, man. Like, the
I
thing is,
gotta
the
say,
proof's in the pudding.
Aye, bro. I think this season, I feel like we might witness the first exit of the group chat.
Because
Yeah.
at my age, bro,
I
you
feel
should
like
be
it's
on
gonna
a
get too much for someone. I felt like this earlier in the
Nah,
season.
it's
I was
all
like,
love,
nah,
blood.
I'm
It's
gonna
all
ride it
love,
out.
bruv. Nah, it's all love, bruv.
Let's
It's
get
all
back to the
jokes, innit?
Arsenal
I swear to
performance,
God,
man.
yeah.
Because let's stop the thing. Let's get back to the Arsenal performance before we digress.
Arsenal done what we had to do, innit? We done what we had to do, bruv. You know, we
I
beat
think Odegaard's
relegation for the team, innit?
really standing out though. Odegaard.
Yeah,
he's looking good. Yeah.
It's the captain.
I ain't gonna lie.
Really
I
affected
kind of
him.
thought I didn't think he was gonna kick on like once because he was kind of hit and miss like when you guys had him on loan. But I think so far this season.
No, last season he was good, bruv. That's why he's captain now.
I'm saying this season though, with the captaincy, like he stood up, like and he's leading. Like you can see the quality there.
I watch Arsenal every game, innit? So people who don't, like say other fans, you guys with other clubs, you look at say like Saka, Martinelli, Jesus, they're the ones who bang Smith, they're the ones who bang the goals. But the one who's the playmaker, who puts the little passes, who gets the 1-2s going, who sets the triangles, is Odegaard, blood. He is the one who's the playmaker, bruv. He's a facilitator.
I focus on Arsenal's defense more than anything, you know.
What do you mean about our defense? It's still a bit shaky, isn't it?
Yeah. Not even in terms of shaky, like because you know when you say shaky, it's mad because you've actually. I'm not gonna lie. I don't rate him as like a great centre back yet, but I think Ben White is decent. I think Gabriel.
He won't play centre back now, Ash. It's Gabriel and Saliba. That's our centre back partnership now, bro. Ben White's been moved out to right back now, blood.
I don't think that's sustainable. I think you guys need to get like either a right back in this window, like a backup right back, or
Tomiyasu's back now.
Tomiyasu.
Tomiyasu's back. Yeah, he's back now, bro. Yeah, so.
Do you think he'll have that same bounce?
Well, I think right now you're not going to change a winning team, so I can see Ben White playing. But last year I thought Tomiyasu was good, bro, because he's another guy. He's big, blood. Even though he's a Chinaman, and that he's big, blood. You get me? So I wasn't. When I saw him live at the stadium, I didn't expect it, bro.
No,
bro,
but when I saw him
my
for the
mum's
first time,
Chinese,
he was big.
I'm not being, bro. I'm just telling you, innit? I was at the stadium. I looked at him. And I was like, this brother's actually.
He's bigger than I
thought. He's a unit, fam. Yeah. So.
I hear you.
Yeah. So he's.
You know, like, my only fear for Arsenal though is if anything happened to Zinchenko.
The midfield. We got Tierney there. We got Tierney there, but.
You don't got glass.
Never fit, man.
You don't got glass
Tierney's
there.
never fit.
Your replacement's a
Tierney,
glass ball.
nah. No disrespect, G. Yeah, I know he's good when he plays. Yeah, but you see, Tierney, he came to Arsenal. Yeah, in a box that said "Hold this way up, fragile, fam."
Fragile. Made of glass, bruv.
Big man thing, bro.
Yeah.
Bruv.
Serious.
Fiberglass and all, bruv.
It's
You know, like
sad
that.
still because it's
Yeah.
sad to see such good players never get to play because of injuries, bro.
Ash, that's why we
I'm
signed
looking at it now.
Zinchenko, blood. That's why we signed
Who did
Zinchenko,
he
because
even come on for?
you can't count Tierney. But for me, as an Arsenal fan,
He
where
come
we
on
need
for
to strengthen
Saka.
the most is midfield, bruv.
So I
Midfield.
think
Hold up.
you can't say you can't count Tierney because he's rarely had bad performance. When he plays, he shows up. You get me? It's just he's always injured.
Yeah, that's why we bought Zinchenko,
Hey,
bruv.
one
That's
second.
why.
Where's your other
Did he
player?
play against us in the 3-0 when we
Oh,
beat you lot
what's that?
3-0?
Where's Tavares? Tavares.
Tierney. Oh, he
Tavares
got
is
loads.
over in France.
No,
Apparently, he's got
bruv. The reason why
3 or
you beat
4
us
games.
3-0 is because after the international break, we lost Thomas Partey and we lost Tierney.
I'm saying
And
he was playing that game.
we brought in Lakonga
Oh no,
and
you lot was playing
Tavares.
him, yeah.
Boy.
Tavares.
Yeah, and that's
Yeah,
when
yeah,
it
no, I
all
was
fell
trying to think.
apart. We lost
I was
3
trying to
games
think
in a
who
row,
was it
bruv.
that we played against. 'Cause I was thinking, I was like, I don't remember Tierney playing that game. Because I know he played in the game at the Emirates.
No, it's Tavares, bruv.
Yeah,
That guy was getting
Tierney was
spun
playing in the
out,
Emirates
fam.
one, don't it?
What's that,
I'm
sorry?
sure Tierney was playing that time at the Emirates, though, beginning of last
I went
season.
to that game. Yeah, I was at that game. Yeah, I was at that game.
Yeah, I was just trying to remember which one it was. Yeah, so Tavares, yeah. So my fear
Aye,
for you lot,
bruv. You see
if
Nuno
Zinchenko
Tavares,
gets
yeah.
injured, I worry for you lot in that
You
position.
see Nuno
He's on loan now.
Tavares, bro.
He's on loan.
He's the only man that I've seen play right wing centre mid forward. That guy is all over the pitch, bro.
All over. He's
all over the pitch.
He's
Bro.
a headless chicken, bro. Honestly, he's just I
Bro.
don't know, man.
The guy,
chicken in no
I think the
direction.
guy, we see when the guy says, you see when they say play the ball diagonal, yeah? I think the guy means run the ball all the way over to where he's meant to play it, fam, because
Yeah,
But
He thinks
what I
actually
will
one of
say
them
about
youths
him,
where a good footballer, for me, they dribble with the ball, but their head's up, they're scanning. He's one who's got his head down, looking at the ball and just running, blood.
yeah, you
He's
don't have confidence
one of
in
them youths,
dribbling
bro.
fully.
You know what I mean?
A natural
Yeah,
baller
I
knows
think
where the ball is, like, without having to see where it
Zinchenko has
is.
been a great signing, man. He's come in now. He's playing on the left foot,
Yeah.
left back, and he looks good there, bro. You know what I mean? So end of the day, so far so good for Arsenal, man. We can't, you know.
So you
I
lot
think we're
season
playing like
really
good
kind of
stuff.
kicks off in like 2 weeks. Because obviously you got Fulham Villa, back-to-back home games.
You got United at Old Trafford.
Then you got United on the 4th. That's a Sunday.
That'll be an interesting game.
Sunday
Yeah,
game.
I'm probably going to go to that one, man.
Then you got Everton, Brentford, then Liverpool, then Tottenham, Liverpool,
City,
Leeds, City.
and City.
You lot got quite a tough run in. You know?
October is the one. We've got Tottenham, Liverpool, Leeds, and City. Right in October. That's the acid test, man, for us.
Most of those are at home, though. To be fair.
Yes. Yeah, that's right. Tottenham.
Oh, you
Liverpool,
lot are going to be away a lot in the second half of the season, isn't it?
I know, bro. It's long, man.
Yeah. Do you know what? I think Arsenal will have a 5 out of 5. I think the next 2 games they're just gonna win it.
I think they need to make sure they bank these games coming up. Like I'd say the Fulham and Villa game, because like I say, from the United game onwards, I'd say you're definitely gonna drop. Like I say, we were saying it before we was doing the predictions that we think October would be like your normal like December period where you not drop a point.
Yeah, no, I can see us definitely dropping points then, bruv. But if we bang to hella points before then
that's what I think. If you
do.
like get these early points in,
yeah,
it should suit you lot. Because like I say, I honestly think when it comes to sacking managers, I think a lot of teams, if they're gonna jump that gun and sack a manager, I can honestly see it happening just before the break for the World Cup. Because I honestly
who's getting sacked? OTC's boy, Wankard, Frank Wankard, bruv. He's getting spun out.
Why you do that?
Nah, Gerrard's getting the up before he does.
Bruv, the King's Road Tim Sherwood, bruv, as some man call him, bruv. He's just
you know what? You're salty because him and Drogba used to tear you, man, a new one, fam. Oh, mate, it was glorious.
Mate, I'm just calling it how it is, bruv. He's a favourite to get sacked, bruv. Like, Everton are just woeful, bruv, aren't they?
The only person that's going before him is Stevie G.
1 second.
Those
I'm gonna end
two.
the broadcast, but obviously we can still chop it up here.
All
So
right,
I'm gonna end the recording now.